where the government get for the Melissa relief. And also some of the money from before that with the other hurricane. We are hearing that most of the money still under the auspices of the Prime Minister. Yeah, I don't know where them are wait upon, but I hear that most of the money still don't distribute yet or do anything yet to relieve the people them. Wonder is what is going on in that area. Believe you me, what is that?
People bawling under tarpaulin, and rain soon start falling. Cause next month of June, so hurricane season come again soon, and you don't know that a free monsoon. But when some people lay down and look up at night, when the mosquito them a bite, and them in a darkness cause them no have no light, them no see no roof or ceiling over their head. All them see is tarpaulin instead. People bawling under tarpaulin. And when them wake up tomorrow morning, them still homeless, feeling hopeless, distressed, wondering how the hell them end up in this mess, uncomfortable, miserable, vulnerable, exposed to the elements from all directions, dreams blown away with them earthly possessions, dejected and feeling rejected, never expected to be neglected by the elected, still waiting for dwellings to be erected. It's not pretty, it's not cute. Big, smuddy and little youth destitute, just a catch like tree without root, facing the truth that they have been abandoned. People bawling under tarpaulin, but the authorities them stalling. Whole heap of money sent, but only a little toops of it spent. Less than 2%. But the powers that be take you and me for idiot, for fool. Take the whole away for buffoon like we are big-head bud we're born behind cow. I tell we say them I go fix things soon when things should have well have fixed by now. Them comfortably enough for them residents with them ceiling, floor and concrete wall. Me have to wonder if them think about the people living under tarpaulin at all. And them not care what we say. Them are the things them own way. Oversight get a fight and take flight. Accountability get park. Transparency gone for a walk. And if you open your mouth and talk, the tribalists and the troll, where they pan them payroll, come out with guns blazing to the comments sections racing, raging, tracing, and I say, you're there on the other side. But the whole of them for move them backside, cause money are flow and dollars are run, but the people under tarpaulin get little or none. But how come? Because of we. Are just reality. Are just fact. And we sit down and allow all of that. Some are with tribal and make excuse. Some fit oppose but not have no use. Some sit on the fence. Some hide behind wall and not say nothing at all cause them not have no balls. Hey, too many are we in the east and the middle. While Roma burn and play with a fiddle. We fit dash away with complacency. Next time it could be you and me. So nobody go and think and weak out and keep your mouth. The whole of it turn up strong and speak out. Make up noise, protest, keep talking and don't rest. Demonstrate and advocate. For the people bawling under tarpaulin.
Put together and everything, yes. So you say now, the time I get hot, I don't know if you notice it, but you better notice it and prepare for it. Because them are thinking about El Nino is back. That means everything I get hot. I tell you, man, you lock up your car, man. I better you just bring down the glass a little tinge because, you know, man, some little face the guy come feel like he want to rob out the thing them out of your car. Show him no seat, roll up, straight up, but just get a little tint, you know, because trust me, man, when you open back the car glass there, I worries Rasta, believe you me. We're going to take a break and come forward, break time. Football, football is what going on here right now, and there's so much things are going on within the football thing. It's not just sports again. And America cause it to be more than just sports now. Them mix up politics with the sports now, and cause enough little entanglement a go on. Like the referee brethren, them turn back. And them are really strip search people. Them are strip search people at the airport who come from certain country. But the wickedest one me here is the Iranian team have left America and go sleep in Mexico and get up back in the morning and go back to America. Because they've don't allow the team to stay there. Because they know them have war go on. Well, according to them, the thing, them reach agreement now, but we don't know about no agreement still, but here we know. It's a weird thing if you play football and get up and go to the next country, go sleep and wake up and go back to the country. And if you want to watch a certain match, you have to wait till everybody ready to really go there. It's a terrible thing. A stress that and strain. I don't know what can be done, but obviously nothing can be done. Because the big boss say, I saw it have to go. Just like how them send home the Congolese brother. When go turn national hero now in their own country. Just because them send him home. Not to mention the ones them who get stopped at the airport in America. And have to find them way out. Yes. And them ticket there, no easy. No car, no small money. Where you have to pay for hotel, pay for your trip for go there, and pay for going. Pay for going. I guess some of the big guys them buy all one box for all $1 million. $1 million them pay for all a box. Not to mention the $500 fee them where people are pay going there. It's a weird situation. Weird situation. And the thing with it, you know, is that in all of that, I still hear people that say, I Trump them I work with. I say, what weird. It's either them not hear or them not see. You know, see, the things in where this bridging cause confusion over the earth, you know. Pure confusion in the earth because of him. And people still there behind him, no matter what. All when him tell some things when you go so, and go back and say the opposite, and then come back. The guy them just stand up behind him and a smile. Them, I don't know if them people there, I don't know. All Rubio and all them man, you know. I mean, them man that used to lick against Donald Trump, you know. Serious, terrible licks. J.D. Vance and all them man there. And now them can't, them are licking boots like what? Yeah man, them have to submit to anything we might do. Wrong or right, them have to submit to it. And that is what we see go on right now in America. It's an autocratic kind of government and a democracy because them swear alliance, supposed to swear alliance to the Constitution. Them people look like them swear alliance to Donald Trump and Donald Trump alone. You see how much billions of dollars them say make since him turn president? How much billions? I tell you, Rasta, him no easy at all. But something must happen. Yeah, man, something will happen. It now will continue that way there. And now them are send home Jamaican. Yeah? Them are send home Jamaican, you know. It's a weird situation. People afraid for going to America here right now. Yeah, them go in there and can't come out back. And Ghana, that's some of them concentration camp where they see them a build up. Where people are suffering and are dead. It's a weird thing. You land in an airport, and when you land there, you get your passport. You see him press the button, red light, and give your passport to the next man until you must follow him. And you go in the room there, and you sit down there. And you sit down there. And you sit down there, and nobody now come to you. And you see the place I get empty inside there. All the people them who you come with upon the plane with, all of them gone downstairs and you sit down there still. And then all of a sudden you hear your next man come and say, follow me. Him follow you downstairs and say, where your luggage there? And then you show him the luggage, him say, all right, come with me. You're gone in our next room now. And them a strip search you. You know what strip search mean? Ask somebody where you say strip search what them a do. Them a strip search you. At that time you're supposed to catch the next flight, you know. You're supposed to catch the next flight, but you can't catch the flight again. Because you can't come tell them that, you know, say, excuse me, sir, I'm going to catch the next flight. Say, no, you're going to sit down there until we're ready. You're going to sit down there until we're ready. And you miss the flight. And then all of a sudden you hear say, you have to go in this van, ice van. And you land in Miami, you know, and you land in New York, and you end up in Texas. You end up in Texas. Big place with enough people in there. I lay down on all the ground. So once you want to where go on now, where you do you so, or you reach you so. But the part of it where a whole part Jamaican might not know now is that as a Jamaican, you are not guaranteed anything now. That means say all who say them have green card. In a twinkling of an eye, your green card could have done away with. You can't say them can't do it for them place. In the twinkling of an eye, something where you usually have, we can make you come and go as you like. They might make that slowly disappear. You don't have no rights. Like you must say you have rights. That the country don't have no right again, appear wrongs. And people who did it for a long time will decide, say, boy, them are going to get themselves straight. You're late now, forget yourself straight now. You could have do that for a long time and you never do it. So you have to keep hiding now, and that's a big problem. Big problem now. You have to go keep hiding and moving from one place to the next. And it get even worse when you get up the long and you go start all family. Yes, whole heap of ones, Jamaicans especially. New York, down in Texas, in Houston there. Florida, part of Los Angeles, whole heap of Jamaican. And you could have do something, but you never do it. But now them come in, because you might think them don't know, but them know which part you're there. Them people them know which part you're there. Whole heap of one build up family structure in America and believe say Why I have a family and them settle down for much years. Years him there. I never know say things did go so. Yes. I say you become a part of the criminals that them claim. So them I look for. So people is scared to go through America. Scared. You feel like something is going to happen. As a matter of fact, when you come out of the airplane and I walk to the immigration, you know, it's almost like you look guilty and you're not guilty. You look guilty and you don't feel guilty. You're not guilty, you know. But the way out of stay, man, it make you feel like women do you so. And the thing with it now, you know, first time them used to take your passport from you and search it and I say, how long you staying here? Where you going? Which part who you staying with? Nowadays, them just tell if you stand up in front of the camera and go click and it's alright, you can go. And that me say I go on now, first time you used to take passport from you and stamp it. Them not stamp no passport. I don't know if I choose which part me go, but them not stamp no passport again. Them just take your picture and say, all right, you go on. Because it's that one picture there. It's in a database there, you know, where from that picture they go in there, you know. It just go through all thousands of pictures before you move from in front of the immigration man, you know. And just find a next picture where similar to yours. And the name is similar to the one of the passport. And then look how long ago you did come in there. Where you did come for. Who and you did come. And all them something there. It's not a real time we are living in our Virgin and Sister. Not a nice time. While other countries is not as stringent as America. But it don't give you, it don't make you feel good if you want to go to America. I mean, people still want to go there still because Jamaican people feel say it's heaven. Like how we used to feel say England, streets is paved with gold. Only the time when we go up there, it's cold. Well, England is not the motherland again for Jamaican. The only reason why I will for Jamaican want to go to England because them have family connection up there from them time there. Them have family connection, so they want to go up there. Family. In America now, it's a different thing. In America, you want to go make it. No matter what, Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Babylon, Long Island, all of them places there. Whole for Jamaican. So that is where you want to go. But guess what now? The Jamaican, they make it hard for themselves because a whole for Jamaican do so much terrible thing that a whole for them they are Rockers Island. Whole for them they are prison. Pending prison. And that make it bad for everyone, you know. Yes, whole heap of ones that come forward. Whole heap of ones that come forward. And whole heap of ones that run up and down from state to state. Yeah, man, they might run from state to state. And they may have family, you know. Because they may have all family down here, you know. And they might go up there, you know. And one of the time they may have send money come down. All of a sudden the money just ease up. Because they find a next family up there. And have a next picnic up there, or maybe two picnic. And now them want to come back to Jamaica. I'm afraid. Because them say, if them come back, them now will get to go back up. That is a problematic thing in its own levels. That you have a woman and picnic a foreign. And you have a woman and picnic down at Jamaica. And you say you have to go to Jamaica to go look for them. But you're afraid to go back. Yeah, you're afraid to go back. Because either them not going to let you in or them going to hold you for something where you do 10, 20 years ago. Yes, 10, 20 years ago. You go in our supermarket and take out ice mint. Take out ice mint and them catch you, take out the ice mint. Them say you're criminal. Or you drive on the highway too slow. Too slow. Them find you guilty. Hey, that happened to me already. May I tell you that? That happened to me already. I drive to New Jersey, me and my brethren. And me watch which part the exit there. And because me don't want to pass the exit, because I pass the exit. Trust me, you have to go drive, go way down somewhere and we'll come back round and all that something. And when we are drive, we are look for the exit on the highway. We just see a light a spin behind me. Where the government say, you want to step out of the car? We say, well, I step out of the car, you know. Him say you've been driving on the highway too slow. You go too slow, that means they them find you suspicious. Why you driving so slow? If you drive too slow, you're not a problem. And if you drive too fast, you're not a problem. And we tell him which part where I go and him let we go still. Him let we go still because I took out to show him a passport and you know, tell him so well we are going to a record company in New Jersey and we're all right. I'll go to the wood. Nowadays, them not so lenient again. Them not so lenient, especially with Jamaicans and Asians. And a whole heap of the country them in Africa. Yeah. DR Congo, them don't have nothing with DR Congo. Them don't have nothing with Somalia. Nothing. And I put Jamaica upon the list too, with 80. So, brethren, sistering, a different time we live in here right now. And we have to just know, say, I just saw it go. You know? And really and truly, it's terrible. It's terrible. That weird time for live, you know. I say, well, if I'm a brethren and my sister them gone since the year start. Since the year start, trust me. The amount of people when me know pass and gone. Me I say, what is a guanya? What is a guanya? Cutting it, Jamaican there. And I only for Jamaican always, I go a certain store, go buy things to send back to Jamaica. Place like Lowe's, place like Home Depot, you know, we have cheap things, all the electronics store, them like Best Buy. Them know say, only for foreigner, well, foreigner to them, only for foreigner go to them store, they go buy. And they have some little, what them call wholesale place, where you can get some little cheap Chinese things them for send back a yard there. You know, so the man them, I watch them place there, the so-called Iceman them, yes. Them I watch the place them because them know which part the foreigner them go buy things. So them make sure, so them mark it. And when you go down there innocently, I say you go buy things to send back to Jamaica. You end up buy things to send you back to Jamaica. Say you go back to Jamaica. And that's it there. And that's it there. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. Believe you me, it's weird. Because you have to look over your back now and look over your shoulder and look everywhere because the man has said him things, you know. Him no want to see no whole heap of black people in America again. Or people, them call brown people. Especially like how them look for go raid at Cuba. You see how them talk about say the war almost cease in Iran. So them say, after that cool long, you know, you see the place named Cuba, we're just over there, so. You gotta hear Jonah dropping and you feel it over here, so you know. Yeah, man. The Jonah drop and you start to fret if one of them could have missed them target and reach in a Kingston, yeah. And reach down at Westmoreland. Them things they happen to a whole heap of time them a drop things. And it's the thing them. We're not an army, you know. We're not an army for fight nobody, you know. The Cuban them get them help from Russia and China. So them have some things the way so-called first world country we have to defend themselves. But we don't have so we don't have nothing. All we know for do a march. Left, right. Jamaica don't have no big drone and no missile this way. You can fire and lick down plane and match up ship and all them something there. I like we still a bow and arrow a fight with. I like we still I will just fight against one another down here. The army and the soldier them, the police them is equipped to fight the citizens them. But outside force, a force attacking Jamaica. I better we just go stand up down at Victoria Pier and hold up our hand. I better we go stand up down at Victoria Pier and hold up our hand, Rasta. Because we don't know where we're going to fight with. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like for some you can run going on hills and go hide. Man, them are playing nowhere. Identify everything. You got to talk about Nani and Taki and all them people there. Them people that used to go a bush and go a mountain, Kojo and Kwako and all them people there. Nowhere in Jamaica you can hide again from these things where them have. These modern wars. And we don't have nowhere underground. We don't have no underground place where we can go. We have to just there so and I look upon the thing them and fly over. And we don't have nothing, can shoot them down neither. We have to wait till them go land. Them forces land and then we might can lick down 2 or 3 of them. You know, with our skill, because we have skill that we really still, you know. But modern technology, modern advancement in war, is not what we have. We can't say we have it. Lie, we have to tell people say we have it. Because you never see them up on the road yet. First time you used to see some tanker, but as a whole tanker that can't do nothing. Nothing. So them talk about JD place, one barracks up the Bundong. A whole place that, whole place. Whole place that. Them places there from, me used to run up and down in a up park camp, go at Duppy Gate and all them really. Go look for mango and go in the missile, go see what left in the missile and just get food in there. But we don't have nothing we can fight. We can fight one another. That's what we can do. But outside forces, no. We could gun them when they are. Gun to kill one another. Gun them there we are bringing America from America. We are bringing gun in America to defend Jamaica. We are bringing gun in Jamaica to kill one another. Maybe at time we wake up now and realize how near the battleship there to a yard. One come here the other day and freak out people, marvel people. And that's another biggest ship them have. They have ship where stretch from here to Yahoo. When them ship, some of them ship they reach out Kingston. Apartheid still there in a Portmore and all them places there. So it's not like say we are ready to face an outside enemy. We're not ready because we don't have it we're ready. So I better, when name the Prime Minister, I better hold this and him friend them, him 60 friend them. Just go down a Victoria Pier and hold up them hand. I hold up them hand, Rasta. I say, all right, we surrender. The people them at Jamaica surrender. You have some man in that, you know. You have some man in that surrender. Him say, oh, me not surrender, you know. And maybe, we have some gun in Jamaica where we know, so never know, so come here neither. All of that too. Some there, some gun there, and some ammunition there where we never know about. But that is stretching it too far. We don't know how we can prepare. Can somebody tell me how can we prepare for an outside attack on Jamaica? What can we do if a country attack we? You know, like America. Me have to say we are going to hold up your hand. Hold up your hand. Drop everything on the ground. All the clothes. And hold up your hand because I don't see what we can do. I don't see what we can do against them places, them people there. That me I say. Yeah.
And Portugal. These nations were driven by an insatiable thirst for wealth and power, seeking to expand their empires and maximize profits. To do so, they needed vast amounts of labor to cultivate the lucrative crops of their colonies, such as sugar, tobacco, and cotton. The solution? Cheap, unpaid labor in the form of enslaved Africans. This greed set off a catastrophic chain of events, leading to the capture, brutal transportation, and enslavement of millions of Africans. The transatlantic slave trade was not just a system of forced labor, but a dehumanizing institution that treated people as commodities. In this video, we will reveal 10 disturbing facts about slavery that will haunt you, shedding light on the horrific realities endured by countless individuals. Also, as a way of supporting the channel, hit the like button of the video, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow. Your support means a lot to us. Number 10. Abraham Lincoln only ended slavery to save the Union. The commonly held perception that Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president of the United States, ended slavery purely out of moral conviction is somewhat oversimplified. While Lincoln personally abhorred slavery, his primary objective during the Civil War was to preserve the Union. His actions regarding slavery were often strategic moves designed to achieve this goal rather than purely moral decisions. Abraham Lincoln's views on slavery were complex and evolved over time. Initially, he did not advocate for the immediate abolition of slavery, but rather its containment. He believed that stopping the spread of slavery to new territories would eventually lead to its natural demise. However, as the Civil War progressed, the issue of slavery became inextricably linked to the war effort. Lincoln's primary goal was to maintain the Union, and he was willing to make significant compromises to achieve that end. This is evident in his famous letter to Horace Greeley, editor of the New York Tribune, on August 22, 1862. In this letter, Lincoln wrote, "My paramount object in this struggle is to save the Union, and is not either to save or to destroy slavery. If I could save the Union without freeing any slave, I would do it. And if I could save it by freeing all the slaves, I would do it. And if I could save it by freeing some and leaving others alone, I would also do that." This statement highlights Lincoln's pragmatic approach to the issue of slavery. His decision to issue the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1, 1863, was influenced by the military and political necessities of the time. By mid-1862, it became clear that freeing the slaves could provide significant advantages in the war effort. Slaves in the Confederate States were a critical part on water, and the crew decided to throw 133 slaves overboard to drown, hoping to claim insurance money for their loss. The case went to court, but the owners were acquitted, and the slaves' lives were deemed as mere property, demonstrating the callous disregard for human life. Number 8. African leaders participated in the slave trade. The transatlantic slave trade, orchestrated predominantly by European powers, was a catastrophic event that reshaped continents and cultures. However, this narrative is incomplete without acknowledging the complicity of certain African leaders who played pivotal roles in capturing and selling their fellow Africans. One notable figure was King Gezo of Dahomey, who reigned from 1818 to 1858. Gezo's kingdom, located in present-day Benin, became one of the most powerful and feared in West Africa due to its aggressive participation in the slave trade. King Gezo, like many other African leaders, engaged in the slave trade as a means of economic and political consolidation. He conducted numerous raids on neighboring tribes, capturing men, women, and children to sell to European traders. In exchange, Gezo received firearms, alcohol, and other goods, which he used to strengthen his military and maintain his kingdom's dominance. The Dahomey Amazons, an all-female military regiment, played a crucial role in these raids, showcasing the military might and ruthless efficiency of Gezo's forces. The involvement of African leaders in the slave trade was not limited to Dahomey. In what is now Ghana, the Asante Empire under leaders like Osei Bonsu also played a significant role. In Nigeria, the Yoruba states of Oyo and Lagos were deeply entangled in the slave trade. Oba Kosoko of Lagos, for example, was a prominent slave trader who resisted British efforts to suppress the trade in the mid-19th century. Number 7. Slavery made Europeans rich. Slavery was not just a system of forced labor. It was a highly profitable economic enterprise that fueled the wealth of nations and individuals alike. The economic benefits of slavery were vast and far-reaching, affecting various sectors of the economy. The plantation economy of the American South was built on the backs of enslaved labor. Cash crops like cotton, tobacco, and sugar were labor-intensive and required a large, inexpensive workforce. The profits generated from these crops were immense, enriching plantation owners and merchants. Banks and insurance companies also profited from slavery. Loans were issued with enslaved people as collateral, and insurance policies were written to protect slave owners against the loss of their property. Companies like Aetna and New York Life have historical ties to the slave trade, having issued policies that ensured the lives of enslaved individuals. The Industrial Revolution in Britain was partly fueled by the profits generated from the slave trade. Cotton produced by enslaved labor in the American South was a critical raw material for British textile mills. The demand for cotton drove both the expansion of slavery in the United States and industrial growth in Britain. Number 6. The tragic tale of the Igbo landing. In May 1803, a group of Igbo people, who hailed from what is now Nigeria, were captured and sold into slavery. They were part of a larger contingent of enslaved Africans destined for the plantations of the American South. The group, numbering around 75, was loaded onto the slave ship called the Wanderer. The ship embarked on a tortuous journey across the Atlantic, enduring the horrors typical of the Middle Passage: overcrowding, disease, malnutrition, and abuse. Following their successful revolt, the Igbo captives marched inland, likely realizing the grim reality of their situation. With no viable means of escape and the knowledge of the brutal future that awaited them, they made a collective and fateful decision. They walked into the marshy waters of Dunbar Creek, singing and chanting in their native Igbo language. Their chant, believed to have been a call to their spirits, expressed their desire to return to their homeland in spirit, if not in body. Number 5. The tortuous experiments on black women. The exploitation of black women for medical experiments is a dark and disturbing chapter in the history of medicine. Rooted in racist ideologies and the erroneous belief that black women did not feel pain, these practices caused immense suffering and laid the foundation for modern gynecology at the expense of black women's bodies. One of the most notorious figures associated with this exploitation is Dr. J. Marion Sims, often referred to as the father of modern gynecology. Born in South Carolina in 1813, Sims performed numerous experimental surgeries on enslaved black women between 1845 and 1849 without anesthesia. He believed that black women had a higher pain threshold than white women, a misconception that justified his brutal practices in his mind. He conducted his experiments on at least 11 enslaved women, including 3 known by name: Anarcha, Betsy, and Lucy. Anarcha, in particular, endured at least 30 operations, all without anesthesia, which was already in use at the time. Sims' methods were barbaric. He would forcibly restrain these women, who had no consent or choice in the matter, and operate on them multiple times as he honed his techniques. Number 4. Blacks were viewed as inferior humans. In the aftermath of slavery, blacks were often portrayed as intellectually inferior and inherently violent. These stereotypes were promoted by various scientists and intellectuals of the time. One such figure was Samuel George Morton, a physician and natural scientist whose work in the early 19th century laid the groundwork for scientific racism. Morton collected and measured hundreds of human skulls, concluding that the cranial capacity of white Europeans was larger than that of Africans and Native Americans. Americana, Morton argued that this supposed difference in brain size correlated with intelligence, placing whites at the top of the racial hierarchy. Build your own scene. Morton's work was widely accepted and used to justify black people. His conclusions were bolstered by other prominent figures such as Josiah Nott and George Glidden, who expanded on Morton's theories in their 1854 book, Types of Mankind. They argued that different races were distinct species, with blacks being fundamentally inferior. These ideas provided a scientific veneer to racist beliefs, influencing public opinion and policy. The dehumanization of black people was further entrenched by the rise of eugenics in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Eugenics, the pseudoscience of improving the genetic quality of the human population, was popularized by figures like Francis Galton and Charles Davenport. Galton, a cousin of Charles Darwin, 1865, the southern United States faced a significant economic challenge. The region's economy, which had heavily. To address this, many southern states enacted black codes and later Jim Crow laws, which were designed to control the newly freed black population and ensure a steady supply of cheap labor. These laws, combined with the convict leasing system, effectively continued the exploitation of black people by sentencing them to prison and using them as free labor. For example, in Mississippi, the Black Code of 1865 required black people to sign annual labor contracts with white employers. Failure to do so could result in a black person found without proof of employment could be arrested and fined. If they could not pay the fine, they would be subjected to forced labor. This legal framework ensured that many black people, despite being free, remained trapped in a cycle of poverty and exploitation. Convict leasing emerged as a system to exploit incarcerated individuals for labor. It began in the late 19th century and persisted into the early 20th century. Under this system, prisoners were leased to private companies and plantations, where they were forced. Notorious examples of convict leasing was in Alabama. In 1874, the state began leasing prisoners to private companies, and by 1883, this practice generated significant revenue for the state. Companies such as the Tennessee Coal, Iron, and Railroad Company profited immensely from this system, using leased convicts for mining and other labor-intensive tasks. The conditions were deplorable, with prisoners often working long hours in dangerous environments, poorly fed, and subject to physical abuse. Many did not survive their sentences. Between 1877 and 1941, an estimated 200,000 African Americans were subjected to convict leasing in Alabama alone. This system was effectively a new form of slavery, ensuring that black labor continued to be exploited despite the abolition of slavery. Number 2. The scale of human trafficking. The scale of the transatlantic slave trade is staggering. Between the 16th and 19th centuries, it is estimated that around 12 to 15 million Africans were forcibly transported across the Atlantic Ocean. This number, however, does not account for the millions who died during the raids, marches to the coast, and the brutal Middle Passage. The Middle Passage was the leg of the triangular trade route that transported enslaved Africans from the West African coast to the Americas. Conditions on the slave ships were horrific. Enslaved individuals were packed tightly into the ship's hold, often chained together, with little room to move or breathe. Disease, malnutrition, and abuse were rampant. It is estimated that up to 20% of the captives did not survive the journey. One of the most infamous figures in the history of the transatlantic slave trade was Sir John, an English sea captain and slave trader. In 1562, Hawkins became one of the first Englishmen to engage in the transatlantic slave trade. He captured Africans from the Guinea coast and sold them in the Spanish colonies. Hawkins' voyages were financially backed by prominent figures, including Queen Elizabeth I. Number 1. Slave breeding farms existed. Slave breeding farms were a gruesome and inhumane aspect of American slavery, where enslaved African Americans were forced to reproduce to increase the slave population. These breeding practices were driven by economic motivations, especially after the transatlantic slave trade was officially banned by the United States in 1808. In these breeding farms, enslaved women were systematically forced to bear children. These farms were prevalent in states such as Virginia and Maryland, which became the centers of slave breeding due to their declining profitability from tobacco farming. Enslaved women, often referred to as breeders, were coerced into having as many children as possible. It was not uncommon for slave owners to select men based on their physical strength and women based on their fertility to produce the most valuable offspring. One of the most notorious figures associated with slave breeding was Robert Lumpkin, who ran a slave jail in Richmond, Virginia. Lumpkin's jail was a central hub for the breeding and selling of enslaved people. He operated a private prison where enslaved men and women were held and bred before being sold to plantations in the Deep South. Lumpkin's jail was notorious for its brutal conditions, and he was infamously known as the Devil due to his cruelty. This brings us to the end of this video. Tell us.
And then we'll forget, you see? And me not understand them people in a motor. You see where black people got you, and them now want doing a reparation, and them are terrible forget. You see all them string up black people and treat black people, and come back to America motor with the football and politics. You saw America want to tell other country what to do, but yet still nobody can go after them country or do nothing. You saw the game unfair. Them want to tell you how to run your country, you know, and what suit them. And then take up themselves, come here, yeah, come here the Caribbean, come and shoot down, blow up ship or boat without no justification. And then you can't go after them country. Because you saw them treat the people, the people, well, them a search them and a carry and the white boy, them just walk past. And if you see that on YouTube, you know. And if I the Pakistan team or I think the Iran team, when I'm a search. So, yeah, I really want to make my America white and I behave like so. And then you're right too. Look, that people, them still follow him. Or still support him. I'm going to tell a boy, I say, well, good for the goose, good for the gander. Understand? Simple as that. They hear our government must say take some deportee where not supposed to be. They are not our nationality motor.
Yeah.
And them come back and switch the argument now. I talk about only person are the deported when them are separate Jamaican. Them guys are good in a motor. I'm glad somebody called last week and confirm the shoot, the 5 or the 10 shoot. All right. But question no motor. Me just make it brief. Question. Because you're Carbo well intellectual. Can somebody tell me or you tell me why is it that politicians going at politics with lean boot and 250,000, 400,000 when them get charged 180 million? I'm say how much a supermarket for football 2 little biscuits. And then them liar come and justify it motor. I can't work out the equation of motor.
Justify
can she help me or you help me?
Well, them can't justify.
Look, them liar a compare that justify it. Because the liar must do us 3 apartments with weekly and get the 3 apartments free. And I'm going to politics with 400,000 a year. And worth, I pronounce the TH, worth 180 million. I can't justify it. But yet still, I know nobody will get charged for petrol jam. The disappearance, how much money. And them guys here could not move and the people there and stuff, you know. Pernell charge him
well, hold on, you call too much name, man. You hear me say no. You see the money where the government get over $1 billion, you know them say not even 1/10 of that use up to now.
Yeah.
And that involved with the other Muriel.
Hurricane before Beryl, right.
Them say a whole heap of them money they still there hang out, you know.
But motor, yeah, I did call a program and I said to, so you say, I don't think the Prime Minister himself should I get involved in that aspect of it apart from provide the necessary tool to make the people in place
him not
up
trust
and
people,
running.
Rasta. Him not trust people. Him not trust him
No,
friend.
but why am I have everything on them? More to the money
Him not
because
trust him friend them. Him not trust them.
thank you, because when this thing are go on, every minute them have briefing or press conference on JPFM, like them a promote the thing, everybody are come with them pretty speech because of the money. And when then you get the people money, why is it that you're holding the money so long? You know, get active right away. And I'm not talking about how much of the money I go to JDF. No, get the people in them place. You build walls for much $1 billion a year, yard. And I talk about canteen house. Get the people in them land and build the people in place. You understand? Because me remember one of the arguments, the money never starts spending. And 2 twos, not even 2 weeks could them have said, must have 200 and odd million spent on food. And I think me call them out and said, the little time, 200 odd million spent on food. And what kind of food to them I eat? All that. And then you have the Governor General, the private sector, and these people not saying nothing muta. I just the regular people in my look out. Not church, say nothing. Why you want these things on your portfolio? I'm not supposed to be a part and no money. Allow these things to food for the poor and Salvation Army. And then you just have the police to do what they're supposed to have, the soldier, the army, as engineer for come in and provide the necessary tool. Why is it that you want these things at your office? And the same thing with Housing Trust. I think Housing Trust fall under his portfolio to Muta.
Everything fall under them portfolio.
Anyway, the money them that these guys itch up there. You come in politics with 200,000, came to pay back your student loan, and you have how much money I circulate, and now it can't justify. And now I'm going to bank with $10,000. I tell her, ask me, what is the nature, what is the resource?
Oh, you get it.
Oh, I get this. And I say, lady, you're not real. What really are going to our country, Muta? And I talk about law for everybody, law not for everybody. Because Petro Jam did it, and no, nobody not going to jail. And Petro Jam was on the milking tree for both political parties. That's why I tell you, I can't like them more time. Me stamp at the supermarket and say, how man take up 4, and the sandwich biscuit them have to put back 2. It grieves me. I have a governor general, I get $34 million to what? To represent white people who choke with ancestors. And take where thing that be able to put on gully banks for attract crocodile. And put things upon the black woman, them private to stretch it. And the Governor General now don't sign paper. How is it that the Jamaican government people and benefits from governor from the service of the Governor General to represent the Queen and the King who were enslaved with and the value we
but
and I get 34 million.
I know this and I hear them say nothing more about the new documents we're supposed to relieve where are the Queen, the King.
Well, man, look here, man. In did say the thing would achieve the Constitution would already in 2 years. They say everything gone on back burner. You can't forget
mention nothing about it again.
Thank you. You see them people more to remember the lady, the education is a well spoken person, eloquent. So them know say most of the Jamaican people go off at PR, just talking. That's why them have a press conference on JLPFM, the pretty chat. No action. You know, you're nothing more about the Constitution again. It just gone. It just gone now file 13. General them motor and I behave like a them around our brain. The Jamaican people must suffer by butter, quarter butter and them things there. And you there have billions of dollars from burial, insurance money, and you have all the money. Where you have the money for? First it out of sight, out of mind. And them still now give no account for the 3 trillion where unaccounted for. It just go on the back burner like that motor. As I might tell you, something wrong with we black people, most of it. Something wrong with the motor. No accountability. We just behave like a business as usual. And see, them on motor, they say, them can't run go America, but them go America for better life, not because America no want them. So we have here to make here a better place for we, our grandchildren, them. We can't go to America again because America time done. Because America dollar fall. You understand? Andrew only and him friend them can run a motor because one man have 180 million and can't get account for. I'm going to politics 400,000. I have a body just rotten rich. One man he moan half a St. Thomas and ask one man where he get title from. Because the title of the land piece of the man land must be attached to him seafront land. And then my father said I'm going to politics with him bend up boat and see him daughter there. She come out and run her back on her friend and say, it's glad to be back home. His son now in a politics now, so it's a real dynasty. And the Jamaican people, yeah man, big up to Mandingo and I don't hear from Raspa and I don't hear from the other man. But we are listening to your motor, I just you and Carbo, we have long life, my boss.
All right, sir, blessed man, blessed. Yeah, man. Like the wrong number you have, though.
Why?
Yeah, you call another brother named Prophet, obviously, the name that.
Then, Prophet, man, I just speak to the people, that Prophet didn't mean, I'm going to do it take like you have to forte or something, but Prophet just mean, you represent the people.
Long time I hear from you, I think you're going to Iran. Long time I hear from you, that's the way I want some brethren.
I'm not listening, but you have to get into what it is, man. So it's not your program. See, sometimes I call, I can't get no answer. Sometimes I the answer and wait, and then wait and the bounce off or whatever, But I just try call early tonight and I can't get through.
I'm glad to hear from you, man. Trust me.
I talk about the baby Trump and all that. So say the man Emily Trump. That you imagine,
Baby Trump, yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm not dictator, man. I try to do the same thing. See. But I come, sorry, I name me a Prime Minister.
The thing right here, so now where I really have to really check it out. Over the billion and odd dollar what them get. Not even 12% tithe them distribute. So I don't understand how that go. And I told you them I talk about now.
Yeah, some people mission and link go as we find out what happened, because when the time they just come, like some friends of me have a friend, they call me and ask me how me doing, I tell them he's alright. They never really lick me as when I sent me too bad. And but me that link them I say, well, would I want to line up a thing for me and send down, some barrel and some things to people. And she said, we are ready on that, But we have this lady, say, I'm going to say Jamaica's first woman billionaire. I didn't get the name because one of our friends is a millionaire up there. And she and him are talk, And so she then link and the woman send down 2 plane load or something. I don't know what I'm to it. I never really call and all that. But me there watch a thing, agree me when I dash out Cuba, man. Agree me when I dash Venezuela and all and come dash Cuba.
I tell you.
I know why that will happen still.
You see them run, you see them tell the government say ease up half of the Chinese infiltration, yeah.
Yes, all that too. Let me not tell them.
I try to tell them say but you see, them can't let go China, because China them host China so much.
But where America to do it?
Them hold China for the building, them all them so them can't let them go.
Because if I'm a prime minister, we don't know still, if they did say no, When man did feel nice empties, we never feel it triple time that, When it's done with it, But more than enough to start to the people, at least have a referendum or something, who willing to go through the hardship or whatever. And all me just do a boop and I say, China, you put a base over in St. Thomas. Russia, you put one down in a Negril way down there, in Westmoreland, somewhere down there. So. I do change allegiance.
Of course.
And we call him bluff, because he love bluff and bluff and bluff. And see what he would say.
But what's the way with it?
But you feel like he will do a third term?
Oh.
Trump.
Why do we them people them can't do the third term?
No man, no so can't man. It's in the law say him can do 2 presidency, but listen to me. You see come November if the Republican win and can control the house. The first thing them do is attack the white name and change everything and put this up and wipe out that and make him can do in third term. And it's easy for them win. No, but the more just take out the 22nd or whichever amendment will stop that.
No, but we look like him can't done that them term.
Oh, you mean physically?
Yeah,
and cognitively.
The man is strange, man. You know, see the man talk foolishness, man.
I'm pure foolishness and a dream.
Yeah, the man talk about something over here, so and him gone find something over there, so and then him not come back over there.
And I'll get a heart attack one day when one of the reporters says something when like, and he talk, call him stupid and dumb.
The last one, they will say I interview him, and he get up. The man get up and begs in the chair.
I'm fling down. Boy, I'm going to tell you. But me does you see what I'm saying? You say 40,000 ice man put all at the polling station, you know. Because I make sure they not teach election from him. But that I know that the trick is when them the ice agent go to the polling station, half of the people are going to vote Democrat now go come out.
Them intimidate them.
Yes. Because I'm afraid when they come out, the ice take them away. That ain't trick. I mean, I ain't all Republican win. You're saying that in third term. Put up a couple more gold statues and stuff.
I tell you.
Well, I mean, tell me not sure. I don't know America gone up the rocks.
I don't know how a man can tell so much lie and people them still
back him.
I say him is like Jesus, you know. Your people that say him is like Jesus. And man, every day the man change up somewhere him say, you know.
Then Mr. Man on TikTok there, one brother will that this man. I wouldn't come out and attack say you don't know why Joe Biden put in somebody another was in somewhere. And the one where that look about our money or whatever, the Federal Reserve or whatever. You don't know why Joe Biden put Obama, whoever, when put him in because the man have no sense. But when I run back a tape of him put in the man, you know. And I praise the man how great and English and that and no. Because right now the way you want you use nothing. Stupid. You know, I hold up the time too much.
Yeah, man,
I'm still there, you know. Patrick X, if you are listening, you know. There.
All right. Yeah, all right, sir.
Thanks, strong liberty. I tell you all it.
Give thanks.
I said to the people, them I know, they call people squatters. Where them get that from?
I don't know where them get it from, Virgin. disrespect, total disrespect.
I want everything that them do the people, you know. All them guys who have the whole land and sell to them. All them come by.
Thief it. Bully for them. Them have the means and the methods and the ways to thief people land and make it look like them legal. Make them, you know.
The crown land, what them call crown land. Who are the crown?
And the queen, the king, don't even know which part of them land there.
A crown, better than it's a crown. A crown,
you have certain places up at King's House where the governor general never ever walked there yet.
All right.
I tell you.
Them out hard and disrespectful to people, man.
Yeah, man, out hard, a bad man.
The whole way have a right to have this land, yeah, and to take it and use it and utilize it in a right and proper way and balance it to all of us. So come some people and control our life and I call people squatters. If them never see themselves as squatting, them could not call people squatters. It take one to know the other. It should be ashamed of themselves, man. Them mind smutty and them look behavior local. Well, them call people squatters. And you have to pay taxes for this and pay taxes for that. And we then see where the taxes money go. Towards the people, them. Them things are shabby, man, robbery.
Total.
Them teach you them for rob and they come over themselves want to kill them off. And that them teach you them and them do the same thing. But within this time, we have said to them, say, watch out. Be honest to yourself, man. Wherever you are, whoever you want to be. I know that all them kind of system, they have to stop all them kind of system, they still cause the war and the violence in that place. Can no one special one have no special right to earth also, and over the world too. Earth of all of it. From there we have a right to have a place on it with food, raiment and shelter. So how come some can't have it and some can't have it? That can move people and tell them so them can't stay. So you call them squatter people are squat. One of the bigger squatters where they do them thing there, you know. Sit up on themselves now and realize the people need place to live. I want to make enough of the people them go in the gully. Because them go for one piece of land. We don't turn them off. And I talk about so we don't want to do this and to do that, and them not supposed to do that. They don't all them house and all them take disadvantage of the situation and then bring forward no place to them. Even if we not to move the people them, because they say we not development. Find somewhere to put them, and you can't just break them down so and put them up somewhere. After them have them house built up and everything. I know some food, raiment and shelter are the most necessary thing for earth right now for one to eat and everyone. Not for just some and some. Because everyone will have nice things, you know. I know some people alone to have nice things. Everyone need nice things in the earth. Because they're for all of it. Equal share and equal rights. So we now behave like we are done. We know so we not disadvantage people and that decline way. And who will feel it too. Because if one in danger, all of you in danger. So nobody going like say one alone. A coward, you know, and have so much man a mind, you know, and a circle, and I say them, steer on, you know, it's different and bodyguard and them. So the coward people do them thing that, because if them are showing themselves for the rounds, you know, we couldn't have them kind of people around, you know.
Really, when you say coward people get security?
Yeah, man. Well, I'm a coward, man. Because them know them not do
so you know, if you get a security for guard your property, a coward, you're coward? Or protect your things, them?
Well, that's different, man. Property protection different from when them have this whole man around them. When them have a whole man with big gun and this and around them. Because them know them works, filthy. So them get coward because them don't know who I come take them out. And I know said man, they will have around them, can't take them out, said later. Because all the while it have gone. People will get discuss the things them with them are doing, you know. They will get tired of it and the people suffer more.
You know. We have to take a break, Bridget. We have to take a break.
All right.
Man.
And I say it's wrong. One person that pick up so much land and can't manage it, and so much people what doesn't matter, they could dwell in place, dwell upon the earth.
I know so much people, some other people want to talk to upon the radio.
Yeah, man.
A long time upon it. So I'll give somebody else a talk.
All right, yes, John.
Yeah, blessed man, all right.
More living.
Okay, so here we go with this. We could play this first. Until the next caller.
If you're what it is.
Serious thing. Yes, Ian.
Yeah, Muta.
A blessed man didn't go here, man.
Yeah, man, everything is everything. Glad we get there, yeah. Yeah, listen, I just want to say condolences on the passing of my key elder brethren, Stranger Cole, last Thursday.
Oh, gosh, man, may I tell you.
I feel it, man. There's a man where me and him always in touch. Always in touch.
Man, I'm a brethren. Yeah. I'm a brethren. Personal brethren.
Yeah, man. My brethren from Denham Town, West Kingston, where Menta and bring Ken Bood and one of we Scare Rock Steady and sure, reggae legends.
You know who gone to? Carlos Malcolm.
Yes, true. Carlos Malcolm.
Yes.
Yeah, man. The trombonist and band leader. Yeah, man, for real, and percussionist. Yeah, man, for real. May I tell you, a real thing, you know.
Everybody make them movie.
May I tell you, a step to the land of the ancestors, you know, and thing. And I want to say too that the brethren, they were in attack first. Attack about alternative to U.S. imperialism. They have 2 Chinese military bases in Jamaica. We don't want no foreign military base in Jamaica with the Chinese or nothing. We don't want no exchange no imperialist hire. See?
Yeah.
You know?
Who did say that? I remember.
No, your first caller, where him not talk about, say, how Trump are going and thing, and
okay.
So China, both have base, 2 military base Chinese in Jamaica. We don't want no exchange, because the whole of them, after them own racist agenda and them thing, we Africans depend on our own, as Marcus Garvey teach us, and his self-reliance. There is no other way.
Jamaica owes so much to the Chinese now that the Chinese can't leave.
Well, them can. Well, what happened? Them have to pay for the tolls for the road where them construct and them thing there.
And
but the thing about
them.
it, yes, but the thing about it is that is PMP and GLP in debt themselves in that way. And when you're talking about roads, we have civil engineers in Jamaica we build roads and them thing, But what happened, that mentality where we have in Jamaica, whereby them always put foreigners over them own qualified people in various fields. Look upon Laxi Comrie, who you know, we know and thing. A qualified civil engineer and thing, and couldn't get no job all a class, you take and thing, because of discrimination. Me work as a civil engineer.
I'm gone.
Yeah, me know. Yeah, I mean, but because I show me work as a civil engineer, construct Maypen bypass road and them thing there. We have civil engineers, Jamaican civil engineers, we build roads and do things. We have that thing. It's not like so we do have qualified people. Because you have these qualified Jamaican engineers in various fields who, because of frustration with we go on at Jamaica, after build up countries like the USA and other countries. You understand? So it's not like say we don't have brilliant people in all professions as Jamaicans and things. But because of the corrupt PMP and GLP politics, them forced to leave abroad, migrate for economic reasons. And we have the skilled people go abroad, Canada, USA, Britain, and other places in the world. We have highly qualified Jamaicans in various fields who, making positive contributions. So we are not dunce people. We are telling.
A breakaway gone, And we are going there, so. I'm gone. We'll find something and put it so. Okay, all right.
You get cut off, right?
And that may I say, where I say now?
Yeah, it's not here, right, but now it's going to be scattered.
And that you say?
Yeah, like that you appreciate every time.
Yeah, but too much dead here, Bridget. If you say that, you have to say something else.
Yeah, well, me, what I said. But the thing is this, when we are looking, as far...
Oh, we are going.
Oh, but I live now here, man. I don't know if I feedback or what, but... Where Mandingo attack, what heap of sense it make, What heap of sense it make. So, and I show you, see, this is right now.
You come out and going, I don't know if it's
because the network, all right, just about you're going to network. Say, when the current go off from what day. This all the network, they're going to be, both of them are shaky, them just fluctuated. This moment them a work and the next moment them just work and you talk to someone the phone will chip out and it cut him back again.
What do you think of that?
Well, are the disturbance, the GPS system, because the light control with the GPS system and the GPS system work with the light, which is and the satellite the same way. So all of the network them have to work off of the GPS system and the light work with the GPS system and the GPS system work with the light. You get what I say?
What you call GPS system?
Then the GPS system we control like the gas station and even the ATM machine them.
GPS. A GPS you call it? That's its name?
Yeah, or I don't know if I the right terms I use.
No, I don't know. That's why I asked you. I think a GPS is that I but me realize a GPS you say.
Yeah, GPS system, man. That system where you can use to navigate. Them even put it in your phone and your phone then can carry it go anywhere you want to go. You understand?
So
yeah, so the bodies are different.
But my phone now works that way. My internet now works that way there.
Well,
my internet now go in and out at this thing at the station this. When we deal with the thing them in my house, them just go and see them here.
Okay, well probably depends on how your flow, your network or you get, you know? The flow your network. Yeah, man, but as I say, go back to so you notice right now everything cooling off of Cuba, you know, nobody has said nobody has thought I must say not like they want to continue to terrorize Cuba. You know this?
When the thing says peace and safety is sudden destruction.
But I assure you, right? I assure you. You see, you remember the Cuban Revolution War?
Yeah.
The Cuban Revolution War. You understand? Cuban have all an enemy them track record. When study them and know the whole of them weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but, and we don't have jump to come, all right. We don't have jump to come, we don't know. You understand? We know where we go. Hey, we don't know, I don't ever watch you listen to the documentary, the matter say, every past and every president of America, every past and every president in America, get at least 150 billion to start war.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I watch a documentary on it already. Yeah, man. Everyone of them never get the money. Even Barack Obama get the money. Bill Clinton get the money. Bush get the money.
Army, them have to sustain the army, you know, so they must get money for sustain the army.
No. Me not talk no for sustain. Me not talk about the military budget, you know. Me not talk about the military budget.
Okay.
Me talk about this to start war deliberately.
By doing what?
By creating havoc with Donald Trump.
Trump up things against the next country.
Yes, the same trick in the imperialist book. The trick in the imperialist book. Yeah, the trick in them come up with the same old tricks in the imperialist book. You understand? Yeah. As you talk about propaganda, you know, say, never see the CIA director tell us, say, the Labour Party gets sponsored by the American government with gun and money and propaganda spreading.
They will play that all the while, man, in a Jamaica, Siaga Manley thing, no that you talk about.
Huh?
No Siaga Manley thing that talk.
Me know say, they made half time for them go half time for about 3 times for assassinate him. But
Monday,
I tell you about it, yeah. But I tell you about the Labour Party. Which you mentioned about the propaganda. So we know so they spread a lot of propaganda. We know them are master propaganda.
What the master propaganda? The American government
Yeah.
We know that, man.
Yeah. You see?
Them know how to make it no go so. Them do things and say, believe your eyes. Don't believe your eye. And you see them at
no. Them is a double crosser. Them a double crosser. Once them get where them want, all deal done. They not any promise where them promise you can forget about that. You're not getting it. Once them get where them want.
Them have a hard time with the Iranian them now because the Iranian them say them not trust America, so America have to make a move first before them do what them do.
Because over 40 years now, Iran know them track record and them little corrupted deeds where them have up them sleeve.
Yeah.
So Iran them now make them come confuse them. Because all right, they mentioned about that. You know this when they go make the America the peace talk in Belarus. You know this who America saying?
Yeah, him so subordinates.
Eh?
Him send him subordinates.
Yeah, it's son-in-law Jerry Kushner and Steve Bannon and J.D. Vance. And when you take a stop, there is nothing substantially them go there for go deal. You understand? I still demand them about the with it. You understand? And Iran bring a whole government, and send a whole government to show themselves now. This is where we are principle of how we sitting that we are work with the right and the proper way we are do things.
Yeah, well, we see them sign a deal, you know. I could see where I got with it, you know.
Well. We know. They show you. They always see a one. They don't satisfy enough because they never get where they want. They never get where they want.
No.
They don't satisfy. They don't get where they want because and even though they come up publicly, you know, and speak what they want, you know. They don't get it, you know. You understand? I yet still right now, you understand? It's like them a ponder and a wonder what else to do, you know. And if them to say them about try start a war again with Iran, you understand? Them going to look foolish.
Yeah, well, see, Netanyahu, I make sure say the deal with them make don't work because him not with Lebanon and Hezbollah and
then you swim continue do. You swim continue do.
Yeah.
You see the man continue do too. The man I say it nah eased up. It nah eased up.
You know, see Trump tell him bad word.
Yes, him and Trump have a big disagreement.
No man, I tell him a bad word, you know. I talk about sound like, you know, tell him. Me hear it. Tell him a bad word.
Yes, because of a disagreement. If I use that, if I tell it that girl and skirt. So, they don't show it. But this is a typical Caucasian move, behavior than that, you know? Typical Caucasian movement. But, all right, you see, right now, as far as they can see right now, Muta, you understand, the only thing we, as Africans in the West right now, is to start unite. Focusing on unite. That's our main objection where we have to emphasize on more. United, we stand united. Africa unite for the sake of the children. Africa unite because we're moving out of Babylon. Africa unite. You understand? Because I speak of it reverently. Speak of it. You understand? Yes, so the unity we want right now, and we have the power right now. We have the power. We have the platform, and we have the airwave, and we have a lot of people.
You know, the South African, them no want nobody in them country and South African.
Because who you think I said them I push them to say that? You want them to say jump, make them say that?
Them no what they call it xenophobia. Xenophobia, them call it the fear that people come to your country, come take away your job and your work.
You see, all of them little stupidity there is the West have pumped them type of loads and turn narrative there in a them and feed them. Because right now, if you check South Africa economy, understand, and the West have balanced it for them, hire them out and push them. Them not this, them depend on them stand up on them own certain way.
You didn't know that South Africa have a nuclear weapon?
Yes, they them have a nuclear weapon.
No, them destroy it. No. Them did have it. Nelson Mandela come with it.
Yeah. I think who here speak of it, Farrakhan here speak of it.
The only African country.
Yes.
Right. Weapon.
Yeah, you're right.
Nelson Mandela come say, no, him know that. Him knowing that. So, them left now. Anyway, we give thanks to the cause still.
Yeah, but that's a motor. We want to have some unity and board and call all, we want all and beg. You understand? And everyone locked, stack and loaded. So we want a unity because we have the strength but because I listen to I speak of it, the man speak of it, Rasta. You understand? When all educated, spiritual black man and black woman come together, that's the time Africa will come together. You understand? You over it? And we not short of spiritualness and we not short of education. So why it take we for unite, and every day the man them a shout out Haile Selassie. And at that Haile Selassie I say, I don't know if I lose the man, I'm afraid to lose where them have. Why them don't want to unite, but we don't want to unite. You understand? We could come together. That's the time Africa will unite. Haile Selassie speak of it. And everyone that say Haile Selassie, and yet still, them not do Haile Selassie tell them to do. You understand?
Everyone say it, Rasta said, the rest of country them now say Haile Selassie.
No, but I got Rasta in general, me speak of it.
No, but Rasta alone can unite the whole of 52 continent of Africa.
Say that again?
Rasta alone can unite the whole of Africa. Rasta no have no power there. Listen,
remember, it has to start from somewhere.
But if you tell now, you don't know why we can't do it. I tell you, say, in this present time, Rasta no have them power there. In themselves, for really 50 country in Africa for go.
No. But remember, no, Buddha. Remember, say Africa. One time, we see say we that will start certain movements from Africa. Yes, and Africa always look up to we and always listen to we and always wait for we and always hear where we have to say first. But it look like we Burkina Faso alone. Burkina Faso make that first move. Burkina Faso make that first move. You understand? Yeah. And then make the first move.
The brother have power, him run a whole country. Him run a whole country, he might get help from Russia and China, But
I'll tell you.
That's different thing.
Yeah.
Saying you're powerful and being powerful are two different things,
Huh?
Saying you're powerful and being powerful is two different things. So Rasta can say you're gonna ball out blood and fire and lightning for Babylon, and that not help nothing. Because them saying that now gonna make lightning come.
It now go help nothing.
Marcus Garvey tell you about power. The only thing man respect is power. So
and unity is strength and strength is power. Unity is strength and strength is power. Unity is strength and strength is power. So once we unite, we can get that power. But may I tell you, we need, and we want, we have to make that move. We have to make that move. And the only way out right now, may I tell you, hygiene. And the only way out, if we don't unite, may I tell you, if we don't unite. You understand? We have to unite, gather all of the houses and the mansions and unite. We have to make we know solution now. You understand? We have to set the move. Yeah.
We
have a lot of educated spiritual Rasta man and Rasta woman. Well educated and spiritual Rasta woman and Rasta man. Yeah. We can unite because we the people I look up to. We the people I look up to right now. We the people, because if you turn and every turn you learn. If you turn and every look you look. You see, hygiene. You see people, people with scars, lots and all type of lots and all type of lots. They might try to find them identity. They might try to identify themselves. They might try to find themselves. You understand? And we can use the airwave and the platform and use, but we don't know, because right now it's like we can't, like enough man free to talk certain things again. Certain things the man usually talk, them not talk again. You understand? We know you know type of revolution music I sing again, no liberation. I be a foolish shit what? You understand? I be a bad frequency, them are telling at the music. Be a bad frequency, them are don't play the music. Be a bad frequency and you them are pick up some type of frequency way. When now see because once you don't feed the brain, the mind properly, you will totally enslave. A mind that doesn't feed properly will easily be enslaved.
Yeah. All right, sir. Give thanks. Yeah.
Africa never been poor. Africa been robbed.
Yeah. We have to move.
Africa no have no friend. Africa no have no friend. Africa no have no friend.
That all the while, but them not believe me. We have to move, though. We have to move. Yeah.
Long live Africa. Long live Africa.
Yes, sir. Right.
Let me drop this quick. In a Brixton market, South London, a lot of our African businesses, various things, under severe pressure because the big European companies, them, want to try take over the market, which would be getting rid of our businesses that have been there for a long time. So meetings and campaigns are go not to allow that takeover of the Brixton market, you know, in South London.
So where them do about it? Where the people them who did that selling the originally? The people them who are selling the originally, where them do about it?
No, well, there's them farmer group for apply pressure on the council, that's Lambeth Council, you know, and so not to let the market be taken over and them being gotten rid of, you know. So that foreign.
Them try destroy the market, them bring in other people for selling.
Yes, trying to get out those businesses, small businesses that have been there, which include a lot of our people, and replace it with some big multinational European firms with them shops and so. That is what is happening. You understand?
Gentrify on the bad man.
The people that talk about gentrify, them are racist. I don't know, gentrify. Racist. And the boy, the Keir Starmer, instead of him deal with the National Health Service, him unleash a wave of new sanctions against Russia to help Ukraine.
Yeah.
Him introduce 70 measures in a ways of sanctions. Both say he must stop the Russian war machine. When it's them and the USA start up the coup in 2014, we're bringing Zelensky into power to destroy Russia. You understand? So that's how I'm going on with, and even though I'm under pressure, because people are saying him not dealing with the issues in the country, but instead him deal with things to support Ukraine. Because you know the Ukraine war with Russia, there is a proxy war. It's really the US and Britain and the rest of NATO fighting Russia using the Zelensky regime. Yes, you know. Yes, that is what is happening. You know what I mean? So people are say, is that really fair happen? You know what I mean? Deal with the real issues. You know, but. Him so in with things. And you see, what the brethren said earlier, it is true. For a long time, the economy of the USA is a war economy built on war. Them don't want no peace because they make money by making weapons to kill people. Yes, it's a war economy, always been. So them don't want no peace, no part of the world, because the US, them is the biggest manufacturer of arms in the world. And that is how they make their money. And that is why them don't want no peace nowhere at all. Because it's the more war,
is the more money that them get. And you notice, them who making the weapons in the US, them now are dead, you know. It's innocent people all over the world are dead with the weapons that they make. Yes, deliberate thing. And the brethren said something which is true. Those in South Africa who are a fight against other Africans, them being encouraged and paid money by the racists to fight against Africans from other countries is part of the divide and rule strategy. And we must be careful and don't believe that is all Africans in South Africa who following that divide and rule thing. You have Africans in South Africa who are not supporting this fight against Africans from other countries. You see? For real. You know? Definitely. So we can brand them all. And remember, we Traore and the brethren Tichiani and Gaita in Burkina, in Mali and Mali. Doing. Is continuing the works of Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey give us the Black Print solution that only we Africans can see about ourselves. So it's self-reliance in all areas of life. Because no other race of people is going to do things to benefit our people as Africans. Anything them do is with ulterior motive, is something for them get. In the final analysis, as Marcus Garvey said, is only we can save ourselves and it's we have to see about ourselves as Africans. So Chinese, no US or nothing. It's only African self-reliance. It's the only antidote. It's the only solution.
True, get help from Russia.
Yes. But what happened? That is strategic. That is what you call temporary alliance. Because in war, you don't have no permanent allies, you know. You have temporary allies. But what we as Africans have is our permanent interest. Because the person who will helping you today, tomorrow is your enemy, you know. This is the reality of life. You understand? So while you have temporary alliances for your own strategic interests, that is different. We as Africans, we have permanent interests. We don't have permanent allies. So Russia is an ally today, China is an ally today, and next day is the next thing. And it's vice versa. Russia need our resources too. It's not a one-way thing. Russia and China, them getting our resources also in exchange for what them doing. So, and I know, charity thing what them doing. The Russians and the Chinese are also getting paid in terms of our strategy, materials and that type of thing too. So let us remember that, you know. So we as Pan-Africanists have to know, say, we are always on our own because Marcus Garvey said, power is the only argument that satisfies man. Because man is not moved by prayers and petitions, but by the power that forces them to move. Precisely. Power. Exactly. Yeah, not prayers. No prayers. Too much prayers. Jamaica have too much churches. Africa have too much churches. The churches do help us. What them do, the churches and mass do, is mentally enslave our people. And tell them, say, don't make weapons. Don't build up your military power. Don't build up your economy. Just go to church or go to the mass. Fire burn that. We don't want that. We want real power, economic and military. Prayers now save we as Africans. Is military power going to save we, and we have to create that for ourselves.
Too much prayer.
Yeah, we have to make our own guns, our own planes, and everything. Marcus Garvey give us the Black Print solution already. Self-reliance. No going away from that. And every generation must play its role in doing that. And in this, there's no neutral. You either a Pan-Africanist or you're a traitor. There's no in between. As an African, you're either a traitor or you're a Pan-Africanist. Simple. No in between. Simple. Every time. Right, you know? All right. Blessed love. Every time.
Man. All right. Give thanks. Yes, we there with you on the cutting edge. We still have to play Stranger Call till the program done. We still have to take the call them, but we're going to play Stranger Call. In tribute to Stranger Call, my brethren. You know, same son used to tour with me all over the world. As a drummer. Squidly. Why? Listen, man.
Yes, yeah, man, long time, you know, like Carl, you know, a student.
Okay.
You know? Yeah. Yeah, man. So, you call before, you know, give thanks, you know, to the ancestor, Stranger Cole, you know, so acknowledge the musical works, you see?
Yeah.
You call before, talk about Pan-Africanism, you know, in a strong way. And then frame it in terms of the urgency at the time where it's either, which is right, I agree. The challenge where we find with it is that most of the youth, them don't know how to articulate that. They don't know what it is all about. And the problem where, you know, have programs where actually can really teach that in a way where the questions can be answered and not left lingering. It becomes a challenge because Pan-Africanism itself, the language, has changed and has evolved from when we would term negritude to Renaissance. You see? Even within the movements of Rastafari, we realize youths, they're all over the place, even when they have information and mean good. It has be centered with a centralized program. It really works. You know, come here, the youth, them say them are hanky, some of them say them are Moors, which we're not seeing a problem. Some man are still socialist.
So where's it some of them? Where's it some of them say them are what?
All type of things Rasta youth are embraced now, based on within Rastafari. Some man say them are the hanky that come from over Mesopotamia. You know the Moors. You have Rastaman, you have Moors. Rastaman in every movement now of Pan-Africanism, which I think it might serve a greater good, you know. But within all that, what is the point where with all center? And more allow you to kind of, you know, elaborate on that a little bit.
No, you want me to elaborate on it?
Yeah, as an elder, coming on the scholarly program with my
work as a virgin. No, but I think I call you because I found something now you want me to talk out the whole time, you know. When we suit it.
No, all right, we're fine. So basically,
give me your understanding, man. Give me your understanding.
All right. Give thanks to that, you know. So what we find is that everything centered upon a roots. When we talk about African roots, that alone can trigger many connotations. Some people can end up in right back to the root of African culture.
So you never hear that yet? You never hear go back to the root of African culture yet?
Of course. Yeah, man. But may I say now, listening to IRFM is different from where youth can really expound to on the whole thing. You know what I say? And I think you need more institutions to deal with that. If it's even under a tree, it really has to deal with, because when we hear them say Kush, and we hear you play that song today where it's so much reference to Kush, I think it distinguishes Ethiopia in such a way where it brings it back to its African element. And that becomes the key point to distinguish between Greco-Roman and the Judeo-Christian element. If we go back to the examples of Kush, we get the female element Kandaka queens. We get the Renaissance. I always say it take more than one generation for African liberate them land from invasion over and over again. And it took you back to the very first king of Ethiopia and the very first historical document, which becomes the palette of Narmer. So that's why I'm trying to introduce that these conversations as some very foundational piece. based on the works, a shake and to G up and works will become available
now. All right, so you with all this knowledge, you have any group where you go amongst and sit in and reason with them, or, gather up a group of your youth, them like you, and sit in and reason?
Oh, yes, because we help to facilitate a program in Harlem, where
America,
it's like a masterclass.
America you call from?
Yeah. Yes. So that is why we realize how the program work when we work with the master teacher them and the elder them, because to tell the truth, the first time we go in a program like a class to hear about African history, and we never hear nothing about no Jacob, we never hear about no Moses, we never hear about David, we never hear about no Solomon. I wonder, what kind of history this. So I realize if it is a challenge for me, it becomes a challenge for everyone to break out of Western mythology and deal with the very roots of African cosmology and the cosmogony, where that represent. We come right back to nature and the relationship with man and the environment. You see?
But you understand why people relate to David and all these people. You understand why, right?
I can appreciate it as mythology, and there are examples and messages.
No.
Sometimes
it's
more
than you understand why people delve into that more than the other thing where you are talking about. You understand why them do it?
I'm not sure if I understand that.
Understand why? Because that is where them grow up on. Them grow up on that, and it's very difficult for them come out of it. Just like how them used to say me a madman. Because me talk certain things on the radio, but them never hear about. And a whole heap of youth get stuck in that, even some Rasta youth. Them get stuck in this David and, the biblical people, them, rather than even go further, because the Bible just come and saw the other day. If you want to say the other day, it have nothing to do with the in-depth relationship between Africa and the beginning of African knowledge, African understanding. So me understand why them do it, but it take a little while for them come out of it. And you have a whole heap of youth right now where a move away from that, biblical way of seeing Africa, which is not very a good way if you see it still. Hello?
I think it becomes the source. Of division when we try to organize as a group. Western mythology itself. I think it juxtaposes everything about African psychology and philosophy, and it stunted the growth and the movement. You see? So how we get beyond that while appreciate mythology? Because there's a value to everything. It is what it is. It's Western mythology. You see? And if we can compare it to African history, then the mythology now it starts to make sense. You know what I'm saying now, Muta?
Yeah, but you have to understand, say, the Africans have mythologies too. That predate the one where we know about. A lot of where we are talking about Isis and Horus and Osiris. A mythology. We have to understand that.
Oh, yes. So we can appreciate it, love it as mythology, and it has its value.
No, but a whole heap of people don't, when them shift from Jesus and God and them thing there, and them switch to Horus and Osiris and all these things, them want to say it's not mythology. They want to say Jesus is the mythology, not Horus and Isis. Just like how when the Greek them used to have dinosaurs and Hercules and them people there. Them never see it as mythology. Them see it as a human experience. I go through certain things. So we know come now say all of these things is mythologies and it have a greater meaning. And the thing is that we have to find out what it was meant for and what it meant to do in the time when it was created and originated. So I does that.
Let me say this, and if you have a time. You know the
No,
key
wait,
to
hold on. I
it.
could take a break. I could take the break first. I could take the break.
Time to time, you know.
Yeah.
You see what now? We hear the youth them say Kush, ancient Kush, and the ancient monarchy. You see within that, you have the key to unlock the whole question now of identity and culture. And the word, technically, it's not Kush. It's actually cash when you read the glyph. So it assures say even the money where you spend named cash, where you spend, it will come from the idea of African wealth and power and sovereignty. And it becomes a very source of knowledge and the development of civilization and how humanity spread forth. You know, from Africa to Mesopotamia to the development in Cambodia, Shang Dynasty. You come back in America, go back in Europe, it show you how these people use many names: Bantu, Nubian, Kemet. I just say one Kushite, ancient people. I bring civilization, language, and techniques all over the world. And this expressed in a shake and to joke. You know, you can listen to the audiobook. You them not even if you don't like read. Listen to the introduction and the first chapter, and you get the gist. Shake and to joke. Origin of civilization, myth or reality. And back up that with Drusilla Dungy Houston. Wonderful Ethiopians of the ancient Push. And you get the right foundation right there. So. And then build everything on top of that now. And I have the foundation. And then from there to now, we come up and you deal with the mythology and deal with everything. But you see the language itself are the key to unlock all of the biblical myths. You're going to find that the Proverbs already written in the temple of Amenemop. You're going to find similarities with the Psalms. I come out of the Amana letters, which is a whole cachet, a diplomatic exchange. We come out about the 16th, 15th century BC. There, so. You know, so all of that I got exposed with the unlocking now of the ancient languages, which are fundamentally African, both hieroglyphic Medi-Nature and the cuneiform from Mesopotamia, established by African people. The difference with the Medi-Nature hieroglyphic, it's pictographic. So you can actually look, if you can't read, you can look and see what's going on. For example, the word cash, which we say, I know kush, but it's fine. Words evolve over time. It's just how words work. So cash, it's spelled with a kekel. And a kekel represents like a K. There's no C, because they never repeat sounds. You know? So the kekel are the K. And then the A is a bird. And how we know the bird say, ah! The bird is a vulture. The one will say, ah, ah. Even to this day, you will see that it's kind of say, ah, ah. So the Africans took that bird as the symbol for the sound A. And if you look how the A draw and how it evolved over time, we can see where that bird became the A that we have today in phonics. And then now forget the SH, so it doesn't spell out the cash. And then after that now, I think so to spell out the SH, them draw a pool, like a swimming pool, like a square with some little two-stroke of water in it. Why the pool represent SH? That's the sound where you get. If you chuck off into the water, you hear. So then put it together and form the first pictorial language in the world. And from that, you get phonics. From that, you get Coptic. And that is a challenge, a reason I may have with the next elder Rastaman, where in a reason with me, and I say Coptic are the oldest language in the world. I'm saying, well, the Coptic come directly out of the Medi-Nature. It had the last final stage after 3,000 years. That is when it became Greekified. I'm going to just pause with that motor, you know. So we have to understand the whole developments of the thing.
All right. So after all of that, and you go among some youth now, how to go help them to develop the African continent? The place where them live. After saying all of that about kush and cash and how that going to now solve the mystery of why we're in a serious problem here so now and how we all get out of it.
Here the biggest example where I think comes out of it. It showed the very first Ethiopian king and how him established the state. And he couldn't negotiate it. He had to went to war for it. And that is the very foundation. And now we see when the system break down every time by foreign influence, ideas were just foreign to African fundamental values like truth, like ma'at. You know, when you remove that from the equation, you get chaos, you get isfit. So when the system break down, you have to restore order. What is the order? The order is ma'at. It might sound like a strange word or look like a lady with a feather, but it simply means the society is a society based on truth. If your leader is a liar, it shows a breakdown in a society. And when you have the leader of the free world as a liar, it shows a breakdown in the global order. So how you restore that? You have to go back to the examples were written in the walls of it's inscribed in stone. How use the Nubian 25th dynasty, for example, with King Kashka, Tahaka, Shabaka, and see how they had to restore order generation by generation. That means another MUTABARUKA alone. Another me we are calling for the program is a program we establish and I go carry out from generation to generation. Even if you understand, so one generation I go move it forward and the next generation I go move it forward. A hand on the button, but it must continue. So the key to the whole thing is successorship, and that is the key we have to grasp. You see, no man never live forever, but you have to set the program for future generations. Come forward and manifest it. You know, anyway they we see it same way. So the key that you them can't figure it out individual. They have to develop in a group settings. You know,
well, that's why I ask you. That's why I ask you what you do. Which for you there, the youth them where you expose a understanding. What is it that you doing in your community now to make them move in a way where self-reliance and really developing them society scientifically, politically, and economically? You know, that is the treating them where you would want to develop in that area. So reading where you read is one thing, but put it into practice is the next thing. Like when we talk about Marcus Garvey, you read the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey, but you extend it into an idea, a political idea, and an economical idea, and that is really what we are searching for right now. Politics and economics.
You are correct.
So how we put that, how you put that with where you are saying now, in the context of science and technology.
You're exactly right. You have a good, thank you for that. So right now, currently, we can speak on this. We have a program where we call it Cultural and Economic Program. And the reason why we established the cultural base
in your area,
because yes. So we first set the cultural understanding as what we are up against, why the world of business is so competitive, why African people, why everywhere you knock is like the door lock or somebody gone through this already, and it's why it's so difficult for us as a people, why solidarity is so important. And then now you get into technology, right? Right now we have a group of interns where it becomes so easy to make applications. Things where we usually budget to take $500,000, it comes down to $5,000. Things where our budget established to take 5 years come down to 5 months now, if we know how to apply the new technology. But the challenge is when you have technology, you have to have your cultural roots as your foundation of any business, any organization where it holds it together. Otherwise, you find you just have another transactional movement in the space, you see? So the culture of a tie with the business. Even if the person is going to be a doctor, understanding that the very foundation of being a doctor comes from Africa. You know, you tell them about Imhotep that inspire the kind of doctor who is a genius. It inspired the kind of architect who is a genius. So having that foundation in all of the developments, no matter what, if the person is not make juice, then realize the nutrition are the key to the juice. So then bring in that value of life within everything. So it changed the philosophy and the whole outlook and outcome as well.
We have to move now, Virgin. We have to move.
Yeah, we give thanks to Muta.
Yeah,
all right?
Man. Yeah, man. Give thanks to the car, man. Yeah? That Virgin will contribute enough to ska and rocksteady and reggae. And in him, I don't even him could have reached 90 to royalty, I don't even remember. But even though him so aged, the man had told the whole world and I jump up on stage, see him, I tell you.